Welcome back. This is M-Dog. Let's see what Sneago is going to be up to today. First of all, let's call our pony. See where we left off. I think we're going to head up here and see. This is an appropriate questing area for us at this point. This is episode 4. Episode 3, we got a little bit more done in the Shire. Got up to level 8 and trained some new abilities. Hope you have enjoyed getting a feel from Lord of the Rings Online. I don't know how many more of these we're going to do. We have certainly achieved what my original desire for this series would be, and that is really just to show off some of the basic gameplay elements for Lord of the Rings Online, and also just highlight a bit of the Shire and certainly a Hobbit character. This is the first time I've spent any amount of time with a burglar class, and it's worth mentioning there really are a lot of great classes in this game, and I've played a few of them. I believe I mentioned in the first video that the Warden and Runekeeper are the two that I've played the most of, but I've pretty much played all the classes, at least for some amount of time, though again the Burglar was probably the one that I had not really played much at all before this, starting this video series. And I like the Burglar class so far. Obviously just now starting to get into some of the core abilities, I would assume. In these types of games, and this is true for Lord of the Rings Online as well, it's often not till the 20s or 30s that you start to really get a sense of your rotation and what your class can do.
I'm sure it's a bother, but I could use your help.
Okay. We're looking for Daffodil, which seems quite serious. But then you read a little further and you realize Daffodil is his cow. A dwarf came by and took his cow. We certainly are not going to continue the postman quest at this point. Collect the money bag now. Okay, I do remember this quest, and I think we're probably okay on this.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Now this is worth mentioning. Let me finish my thought. The quest that we're about to do, I think we're okay on, but I believe that leads to a quest that may be a bit difficult for us, and who knows, maybe that'll lead to our first death, which might not be all bad. This is a stable. And if you noticed when I first came up, the symbol above his head was green or greenish blue. And once you click on it, it turns to this brown color. And that just basically means you have discovered this location and can ride from stable to stable.
Did you need something?
So we have, I guess, Daffodil out in the bog there, and then also the quest line about refurbishing the town hall continues. I believe we have to go deal with some less than friendly dwarves, but let's go see if we can lay our eyes on this missing cow first. Lord of the Rings Online is not a game that necessarily rewards you rushing through, the way that their trade system that we talked about a bit, I think, in the last video. See, this just opened a deed. Had I not stopped to kill that slug, I wouldn't have opened the deed, and I wouldn't have known that that was even something to do. But really, if you look like I ran into the, yeah, it has a little bit of a hitbox, whatever that is coming out of there. If you don't stop and discover the things that are around, you won't notice the deeds and other things that really help advance your character. It also gives you turbine points, which you can spend in the store. And so if you were going to go through the game as a free-to-play or premium player, obviously it helps tremendously to finish some of those deeds and get those points. We may be okay in the marsh. Yeah, as long as the water is not deep, it doesn't dismount you, but we should be getting close to Daffodil. Whoa, Nelly. And of course this troll here may take you back to the Hobbit story a little bit. We have the cowbell proving that we did find Daffodil, and poor Daffodil has seen better days. Now let's go see about collecting this money bag from these no good dwarves. These gnats are kind of annoying. They will buzz around you, chase you, follow you, and then if you let them catch up with you, they'll start to attack. And unless they've added one, or unless I'm not remembering right, I don't actually think there is a deed associated with the bugs. And here are some dwarves. Durhand trappers. One thing I'm curious about is if there is any sort of pickpocket ability for the burglar, and if there is, what purpose it serves. May be that these are not the dwarves I need to be fighting. Let's see. Ooh. Is it wanting me to go in there? It would appear so. Oh. Alright. I would say we need to find a way to get those critical hits more often. One thing we're not doing is proccing our ability at all, which basically at this point takes away 2 abilities that we would normally hit with. Looks like our health is slowly going back up. There we go. He's looking at us, isn't he? Keep thinking I'm gonna get the money. Oh, there's the money bag. Oh, we actually procced it. What do you know? Procced it again. See if we can pull him away a little bit. There we go. Suddenly we're procking again. Do I know what changed? No, I do not. But I'm not gonna complain about hitting those crits. Critical hit is a hit that does more damage than a normal hit, and that's what we're after here in terms of getting that special ability going. All right. Let's go turn these in and see what happens. The camera moves with by holding down the left mouse button and scrolling the mouse around. If you hold the right mouse button down, it moves left and right, but it actually moves you. It doesn't just move the camera, which I believe that is different than most games. I think I may be thinking of World of Warcraft mainly, but I think in that game the right mouse button actually swings the camera. So if you see me moving the mouse around and stuck in awkward views, that's probably because my muscle memory is trying to swing that camera with the wrong thing. Let's deliver the bad news about Daffodil.
Just terrible. I'm sure it's a bother, but I could use your help.
We hit 9. Let's see. I know I'm supposed to bring the money bag to somebody. Oh, all the way back down there, huh? Let's see what old Bounder has to say about Daffodil.
A lovely day, isn't it? Could I take a moment of your time?
What do you need?
Collect orders. Okay.
What do you need?
And a lot of these items are actually for crafting that you could either send to alts if you have other characters you're playing that have those crafting professions, or you could sell them in the auction house. We are just a little into level 9 here, and right now we're supposed to kill the dwarf hunters, and one of them shall potentially drop the orders that would incriminate them for being the ones. And there's someone being chased by a whole line of gnats there. It's a level 68 tune, still aggroing those gnats. Alright, let's see if we can find... There we go. These are the guys. I believe these are the guys we're after. I just have to believe that either one of two things is going to happen. As we start getting gear with statistical bonuses on it, that's either going to increase our critical hit percentage, or we're going to start getting abilities to either buff ourselves or abilities that will more likely allow us to hit those critical hits. We are not getting it right now, are we? There are the orders. Alright, bring the orders back to Ulfar. One of the reasons why this game, I think, requires a certain amount of investment in this world that they've created after the Tolkien books is that there is still a lot of back and forth quests where, yes, you know, go kill these dwarves and they're going to drop something important so that we can prove that they're the jerks behind killing Daffodil. And that was the only quest we had to do, and it was a pretty good ride out there to kill them. Now it's a pretty good ride to take it back. And in more modern MMOs, and even in things like World of Warcraft and even SWTOR, the Star Wars MMO, they have really mainstreamed those games to more often than not, you either complete the quest out where you are and get credit for completing it, and it sort of points you to the next direction, or there's several quests that you get at the same time, and there's some of that here as well. But it just, to me, seems like it is more of a little bit slower pace, a little bit of a throwback, and you need to be able to enjoy this world and really be invested in it. So Gorgrim is the one that's ultimately behind Olweir's his scheme to... Oh, I've got to select a... Now the problem with... We're going to use these sausages because I'm pretty sure this red thing around the hammer means as a burglar, I'm not able to use hammers even though it is one-handed, so we'll take that meat. Alright. Oh yeah, that's why this quest is so hard. I have tried this solo at this level, and I think depending on the class you play, it's pretty challenging. But this is your first small fellowship quest that you get, at least in the Shire, which means you technically should gather 1 or 2 friends to go about doing it. And once you have that, it's easier. Now, I think in the past what I've done is come back and perform this quest when I've been maybe level 12 or 13, and then it's a lot more manageable even soloing it. I think right now we would get wiped pretty quickly. So let's take the other thing we've been working on in terms of refurbishing the town hall. We've got to take that money bag that we found to someone that's over here at the hill, which I'm not sure. This may be around the area where the party tree is, which is associated with the summer festival that's going on right now. I could be completely off on that location, but we're going to head that way and see what we can find out. if we get the stable, I think the only, and maybe we can just use our go back home ability, our what that's like a Hearthstone, to go back to the Michael Delving area, but we have that quest to turn in down there as well, and I don't know that unless it auto did it, I don't know that I remember to unlock the stable there, so I would like to go turn that quest in as well while we're still making progress, and hitting level 10 will probably be a time to get a couple more abilities or one more ability. Going cross country here, if the path allows it. Someone just sent me a tell. Let's make sure Elignor is not someone on the friends list. Nope. Just a random tell. Laughing at me, I suppose. Here we go. This is looking like a festival, is it not? This is the party tree. One of the sites of the Shire deed. Festivals in Lord of the Rings Online are typically very good. I know I've participated in this festival before, but it has been such a long time. Without really getting into it, I don't remember all of the dailies and quests that you do in this one. Oh, is this the Haunted Burrow? Oh, that's a good one. That's one of the really good quests. I'm not seeing where the person is to turn in the quest for the festival. Maybe that they're more over here. Oh, it's a fellow Friends of Frodo folk, although I don't have this tune in Friends of Frodo yet. Quick little message to say to them. They are a level 21 Hobbit burglar. Probably is not an officer, probably will not be able to invite to the kinship. And I am just not seeing the turn-in place for the festival, but we will push on to where we're supposed to go at the hill. Okay, and they did reply, no worries, they are not able to invite us, and it's just a matter of at some point me switching over to one of my tunes that is in the kin and finding out who's on and getting an invite on this tune. Alright, here's Lobella. This is how we're supposed to turn in.
Can't a body be left alone? Hoy there, give me a moment.
Okay, so this is sending us up on to... Actually, it looks like back down. Back down to the Michael
I
Delving
want a word with you.
area. So we're going to go through Hobbiton, pick up that stable, and then we will go turn in a couple quests here. So let's see real quickly in the store. Let's see what account, quests and content, quest packages, and this is to get an idea of what they sell. And because I have been a subscriber in the past and have purchased expansions, the only thing that's available to purchase are some of the quest packs that will be hitting, I think starting around level 20 or so. You have different questing areas that give you options to quest in different places. Some of them have more focused on more group content, or at least they used to be. Some of them more soloable, but 600 to 800 turbine points looks to be the range. Or you can just get everything, it looks like. Angmar, Innerwaith, Aragorn. 13 instances, 2 raids. So you could get everything in one, but that's a lot of points. I don't know that I would advise someone do that if you're trying to play on a budget. You really, and to get on the forums or look at some of the community's fan sites, you could kind of get a plan together of where you want to quest to get you through certain levels and get a strategy going. We're not going to try to get into too much of that here on this. Another feature of Lord of the Rings Online that was added later are these tasks, and I was trying to think if we have any of the items. We do, although I think we've been selling a lot of them. You can keep those tasks. It's basically a way, it gives you a little bit of experience. I think more, though, it's for getting the reputation for that area.
Hello there.
Alright, and we do not have... Maybe we do. Yes, we do. Alright, we're going to take the... For 1 silver, we're going to take the travel point down to Michael Delving, where we have a quest to turn in. And then we'll probably go ahead and wrap up this episode. If you travel somewhere off of the current map, so, you know, this area is all the Shire. If you right click, you see all of Eriador, and we have Breeland, which is the area that will really be headed east here towards Breeland, and then from there at different levels headed in different directions, but for the most part, in general, headed east as we go through the expansions. Moria, of course, is here. And we already see Mordor on the map, of course, but the most recent expansion was over here, I believe. And again, I haven't been, the farthest I've been on my tunes, I think, is over in the Mirkwood area. East Rohan. See if it lets me look here. Yes, I believe... Actually, I don't want to speak. I don't want to say something. I could be wrong on this, but I believe that that area is the farthest I've been on my tunes. But that area is I believe, where the most recent expansion opened up as we continue to move towards Mordor, and I guess eventually bringing the story to a close. And I don't have a good enough sense of lore-wise where the most recent expansion, other than it being in Rohan and other there being horseback riding, I don't know exactly where they are in the story, or kind of how they're pacing it. You know, how much longer they're really gonna go. I know there have been some questions on how many more expansions there will be, you know, who has the rights to what moving forward? Is it going to be renewed and all that? So I think there are still some unanswered questions.
Goodness.
But all right, there's only one thing we can wear, and really we would give up an agility to put that on, so that's probably not something we would actually wear, but we do get the gift Matham. And I think that's all for us to do here. Let's look in the inventory. We have a couple of these. These are faction items. For the Matham Society, they're going to give you reputation. So you right click on it and it just goes right into your reputation. And there's, in a lot of the different areas in the world, you're going to see items like that. So good news, I just got a text message. The mic that I ordered has shipped. So if you continue to watch my channel, hopefully future videos will have a little better quality audio as I get a new mic. And long-term plans are to beef up the old PC a little bit and enable some higher quality video capturing and give me a few more options in terms of what I'm able to run with different software. So it's been a lot of fun for me as I've gotten into putting some videos on YouTube, and even if it's just fun for me, it's been worth it for me to do. And I know a couple folks have looked in on them, and if I'm entertaining anyone or giving anybody any insights on games they're looking at buying or trying to figure out if it'd be fun for them to invest in, and that's really what I want to be able to do, is just hopefully be a little bit entertaining and not too annoying, and help you decide on what you want to spend your time playing. So this has been a little different. I'm not sure in terms of what's going to be helpful to people. This is a very old game, and since it's free to play, a lot of folks that would be interested at all in trying it have done so. But it's a game that I've just been interested in for so long that I've decided that I wanted to spend a little bit of time with you all doing some adventures here. And again, I don't know how many more we're going to do. This each one, I think, well, maybe this will be the last one. We've seen a little bit of the Shire now. We've gotten a sense of a lot of the different gameplay mechanics, as well as some of the features that at least are available to you early in the game. And obviously there are a lot more. There's a lot more to see. There are a lot more things that open up. There's lots of group content. There are lots of things that you can spend your time doing in this game. But I think early on you get a sense, is this a world that I would enjoy escaping to? Is this something that I would want to spend my time with? And for me, in theory it is, but in all reality, as much as I enjoy this world, it never has held me the same way that some of the other MMOs have, and it's hard to explain why. I often think about just maybe spending more time in this world and getting my Runekeeper to max level and seeing some of that content that I've never even seen even once. And who knows, maybe I will, but for whatever reason, it's really been more of a thing that I've wanted to do, and not something that in the end I've actually done a whole lot of.
How rude.
So they are just sort of sending us all over, and I think this is going to be a good place to wrap it up for this video. I'm trying not to make any of them very long, and I apologize. This has ended up being a lot of walking back and forth, and just for the fun of it, we're going to find something that we can go do a little attack on. But and then we'll wrap this up, and we'll just see where it goes. We're not going to commit to anything at this point, but but we may continue the adventures. A couple more videos, we'll just have to see. And I am running into the farmland, which means there's not going to be a lot to fight. This is a crafting area, and farming in LOTRO, I mean, certainly is one of the slower paced activities, but for whatever reason it's one of my favorite professions or crafting pieces of a game, of any of the MMOs I've played. And that's, I don't know that there's a good reason for that. It's just kind of a relaxing thing, and I've always just enjoyed the way they have it implemented. So let's just get this wolf taken care of. It's a level 7. This should not be difficult. Alright, well, I appreciate you watching the video as always. And until next time, this is M-Dog, and we are out.